Well, glad you're still with us on Colorado and Company. OMG, it's prom season, you guys. And what better place to get into the prom mode than by watching the new Disney original movie, Prom Pact. I chatted with the star, Peyton Elizabeth Lee.
Well, Peyton, I'm so looking forward to seeing this one. This is something that I think a lot of us can relate to, and I'm so excited. So your character, Mandy, is so ambitious. Would you say she's like you in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I would say both Mandy and I are driven, often or almost to a fault, sometimes. I think one of the things about Mandy that I really related to and connected with was this drive, this very tunnel vision focus that sometimes allows her to miss out on the beauty of the current moment. And so I think that lesson that she learns throughout the course of this film is something that I've definitely been working on my whole life. So it was really special to get to bring my own experiences with that aspect of life to this movie.
Miss Jen, what are you doing here? Is this my punishment because I forced you to go to the pep rally?
Look, I'm still pending at Harvard, and so I was just wondering if maybe you'd heard anything.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name of the school. Is it Hergert's?
It's funny.
Can you share a bit about the story and what you like best about the script?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons why I fell in love with this project and really wanted to be a part of it was because I think the movie does a very good job of accurately capturing the feelings of growing up. I think the sort of transitional period between high school and whatever it is that you choose to do after high school is such a formative one. And I think for everyone, there are so many emotions that sort of percolate at that time: excitement and nerves and nostalgia and being excited and being scared, and so I think all of those things are very well represented in the movie and through the story. And so I was really excited to be able to be a part of a film that I think does a really good job of accurately showing what high school is like. Because I think a lot of the time you see it either super glorified or it's super dark. And I feel like Prom Pact, you really get a pretty accurate portrayal, at least to my experience, in terms of what growing up feels like.
Well, of course, the movie is called Prom Pact, so we assume at some point prom does come into play here. Why do you think prom is such a pivotal event in high schoolers' lives? I mean, I remember my prom, and it was kind of a mess, but I feel like that's kind of normal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like prom is one of those just like iconic landmark experiences that sort of signifies this stage of growth and development. And I think it's sort of a time to just like celebrate being young and being a kid for one of the last times. And so, I think with anything that's so hyped up all the time, then when you actually experience it, it's sometimes a mess, often a mess. But I think, it's one of those things that has just become such an integral part of the American high school experience. So getting to sort of dive into that was fun.
Yeah, that's totally been the case, I think, for a lot of people. Well, Peyton, before I let you go, I know that you have had such a busy career, but have you had a prom experience? Like, do you have a fun prom story you can share with us?
I do. So I've never been to real prom at a high school. However, I've been to a lot of Disney proms. So Disney throws these parties every year, and they invite all of their actors and actresses that are in school, so they can't be, or they're not in school because they're working, and so they can't be at their actual proms. And so they have these parties to kind of give their young talent that experience. And so I've been to, several of them, but at one of them, I actually met Milo for the first time. And then all these years later, we made Prom Pact together. So it was a very kind of full circle moment.
Oh, that is so cool. Well, just prom sounds like a total dream. That's super cool. Peyton, thank you so much for taking the time, and we're so excited to see this movie. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Well, Prom Pact starring Peyton Elizabeth Lee is streaming now on Disney+.